It's movie time with John DeSando and his friends online. So everything is gonna be just fine. From the top down to the bottom. He's gonna let you know if you should stay home or if you should go. Might even yell if it's a spectacle. From San Francisco to Long Island. 'Cause nothing's better than a motion video. Listen.
It's Movie Time is produced and hosted by John DeSando. Listen to broadcast shows Fridays at 4:01 and 8:01 p.m. Read reviews and listen to shows online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando,
And I'm John Daugherty.
and this is It's Movie Time. Now, John,
Yes, John.
couple of things. What do you do? I mean, what is your official capacity?
Well, I think my capacity is not very much, but my title is I am the Director of Film Columbus and Film Commissioner for Columbus and the Central Ohio area.
Okay, so we have a film today called Motor City.
Yes.
Now, unless you had pointed that out to me, I might have missed it.
Oh,
And I'm going to tell you, I might have missed one of the best thrillers I've ever seen. So I'm now wondering, John, what's your connection to this?
great question. So, how long do we have? I'll try and get through this pretty quick. So, Motor City was produced by a company called Stampede Ventures. One of the producers at Stampede is a woman named Elizabeth Bell. Elizabeth is from Bexley, Ohio.
Oh.
And several years ago, her partner, Eric Parmenter, also from Columbus, Ohio, started a nonprofit called Gateway Entertainment. No relation to Gateway Film Center here
Okay.
in Columbus. Gateway Entertainment is out of, like I said, a nonprofit. It's out of California. And its original mission was to provide training for below-the-line crew members on sets of movies, TV shows, etc. And when they first started working with TV shows, they were working with Taylor Sheridan on Yellowstone, worked with him on the movie Wind River, which I'm sure you know that movie, which is a fantastic movie, and several other Taylor Sheridan projects. And since Stampede was producing Motor City to receive the full tax incentive, this movie was shot in New Jersey in 2024. To receive the full tax incentive in New Jersey, they were required to train some folks on set.
Okay.
Younger college students, things like that. So Stampede, knew Gateway Entertainment, knew that we were training people on set. And I forgot to mention, I'm on the board of Gateway Entertainment.
Okay.
That's the connection.
Okay, that's the connection.
Yeah. Stampede asked Gateway to come and train some college students on the set of Motor City in New Jersey. Again, filmed in New Jersey, takes place in 1970s Detroit.
All right, indeed. And so apparently, and we'll get into that a little bit later, one of your jobs as film commissioner is to attract film companies to Ohio. And so apparently New Jersey was more attractive to the people who were making this movie.
It kind of sounds like it. I'm sure they got a little more bang for their buck in New Jersey. Than
Like
they
I
do,
always see that Georgia Peach.
Yeah.
Say to myself, what the heck? What kind of a break are they getting?
Yeah.
To get these movies, because they get a few.
They're getting
But
incentives.
we're getting up there.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
all
We
right.
are. You'll notice there's some. We just wrapped 2 feature films earlier this year that shot at the same time, and then we'll talk about Union County here in a second.
Yeah. All right, so here we have Motor City.
Yeah.
All right, and this stars that dude who does the Jack Reacher, right?
Yeah. Alan Richardson.
Alan Richardson, a refrigerator-sized guy.
He's a big dude.
And I think he comports himself very well.
Yeah.
Above the line now, I think, now for his feature.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, John, what's it about?
I don't want to give too much away because you have to go see it. It is it's set in 1970s Detroit. It's a revenge thriller movie. Alan's character is framed for something. I'll try not to give much away. And then he tries to get revenge on Ben Foster, who framed
Good to
him.
see him back.
Ben was great in this movie.
A little over the top.
Yeah, everybody was great in this movie. Now, the thing about this movie too is it's non-traditional in that there's only like 4 or 5 lines of dialogue in the whole movie.
I know,
So
I know.
what I wanted to ask you, John, was did you realize this going into the movie?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
I did.
okay. And
So I was prepared for that.
it takes maybe what 10 or 15 minutes to get used to it. It's very interesting, but once you do, it really moves.
And I'll tell you, John, I could have gone through the whole thing
Mm-hmm.
and not known, because I get sucked into movies. No kidding,
Yeah,
John. Yeah,
yeah.
what have I been doing for decades? And I get sucked in, so that I'll bet you I might not have been aware the music is so good. And these are needle drops from the 70s. And
Yeah, they're great. It was curated by Jack White from the White Stripes, who is
Yeah.
also from Detroit. And you're so right. You know, I was sitting when we screened it this last week at Gateway Film Center. Myself and Liz, the producer, and Eric, who we've all seen it multiple times before.
yeah.
We're sitting there watching it, and we thought we were just gonna pop out to the bar while it was playing, you know, and just hang out and wait for it to be over and do our Q&A afterwards. But we sat down and started watching it, and none of us got up and left, because even though we've seen it 3 times, 4 times, we still got sucked in.
Yeah.
And Liz leaned over at one point and said, this movie seems to get better every time I see it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But getting sucked in, I get it.
Oh boy, and what it does, and I think it's a great teaching film for film students, as they would realize the importance of the background music. And in this case, it's a little overdone.
Yeah.
Okay, John, a little too many popular, but I loved it, so I have no complaints, except that after a while, you say, oh my God, another pop tune?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. But it does teach you how important music can be to setting mood, to explaining. In this case, the music virtually tells you what's happening in
Yeah.
the plot.
Yeah.
And so to me, it was very instructive. And what I said somewhat facetiously, that I wouldn't have known it was dialogue. You know, it's very possible to say that just because I'm so intrigued by, or I'm so seduced by, that music, and by the ability, and here, John, you know, I mean, how many times we've talked about movies like this, but how it's a visual medium.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm a word guy.
Yeah.
Right? You
Yeah.
know, I have a PhD in English.
Yeah.
You think I don't like the words in a movie?
Yeah.
You bet I do. I live for it.
Yeah.
In this case, no requirement,
Yeah.
because it was so successful.
Yeah, it was, it's a lot of fun. You know, there's some great scenes in it, obviously, but you forget that dialogue isn't there, you know, 10, 15 minutes into the movie. And it's pretty nonstop from the beginning,
Yeah.
as you remember
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
it the other day.
Well, everybody remembers that in, how should we say, in some movies way back in the 60s, in the 70s, what's the one with Easy Rider?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And that was Born to be Wild,
yeah.
right? And that was one of the first times when you had background music that was from a pop tune,
Mhm.
and actually setting mood and giving you information as to what was going on. I guess the most famous one, John, is 1955. You were barely a babe at
Oh,
that time.
jeez.
I mean, but I was up and running
Uh-huh.
in '55, and I very much enjoyed "Rock Around the Clock" or whatever it was, which was over the credits of The Blackboard Jungle in 1955.
Wow.
And so that's,
I've never seen that one.
well, okay, but that's just for your information. That may have been the first one. And you'd think yourself, well, Jesus, it's always been around. Remember, we had silent movies, so we
Yeah,
didn't have
yeah.
any. And it took them a while to figure out that they could put music in.
Drop music in,
Yeah,
create
yeah.
mood. You know, it's funny, I come from the production world, and, you know, years ago when we were doing videos for clients and industrial videos, we'd ask them what kind of music they want in their video, and they'd be like, oh, just whatever, and we're like, no. And then you play them 2 scenes of the same thing with different music and be like, see how the mood can change with what
Nice.
type of, so it means a lot. And to your point about teaching students, this is a great teaching movie, and I think this movie will last on. And I think it'll be a cult classic at some point.
It will. All right, so we talked about Alan there, our lead,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he certainly carries, so to speak, the
Yeah.
load of the movie.
As noticed in scene number 1.
Oh, how about the elevator scene?
Oh,
John, that's a tour de force.
that is by far probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest fight scenes I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh! And you know, you have to spill some beans here, but I love the fact that they severed his leg. I mean, this is really gruesome, but it's good stuff.
And the gasps that you hear in the audience, and everybody's just like, oh, and like, yeah, it's, you hear cheers during this movie, and it's exciting.
Well, I tell you, a moment where I was just exultant about that music was Moody Blues doing Nights in White Satin.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
you could go on and on, you know.
Yeah.
And then the way that they mixed the music and remixed it a little bit to fit the scene. Again, I don't want to give too much away, but obviously when he's going to get arrested at some point, and the music that's used during that scene is really just like, it gives you goosebumps when you watch
Oh,
it.
yeah. And Ben Foster.
Yeah.
Probably, well, I don't know, his makeup is a little excessive, John, I thought. I mean, or a little too much gold chain.
Yeah, he's a 70s drug dealer.
I know,
This is gonna be-
it's really good. And then our lead character, Alan, there, his wig is just awful. But it's what it should be, right? He's not going through a good time.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's rough there in prison for him.
I'll tell you though, the big catch for me
Mhm.
was Shailene Woodley.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was when I first heard that she was in that. I was like, wow, that is a big catch for sure. And she was great in it. Again, everybody was really good in it. And I'd love to, talk to an actor about acting in a movie that doesn't have dialogue. And is that more pressure on you and your acting? And how does that work? So it'd be an interesting follow-up.
Yeah, and for those who go to school to study acting,
Yeah, absolutely.
actor studio and all that business, this is a really good piece to
Yeah.
help to exemplify how much more there is than dialogue.
Yeah.
All right, John Daugherty, we are going to have to ask our audience to visit us on our podcast, and this would be Back Talk, and they have to go to WCBE.org. But before that, John, what do you advise your audience?
As far as
Just generally speaking, you're telling somebody, what would you say? How would you promote this?
for this movie,
Yeah.
I would say it's probably one of the most underrated revenge thrillers that you can imagine, and you're gonna have a good time when you go see it. It is. It's a fantastic time, especially going to see it with friends and a crowd. So highly recommend seeing this movie.
There's probably a threshold for age here, would you say?
I'm assuming
15
it's an
or
R.
16? I think.
Because there's some racy, spicy scenes in there with
Yeah.
some violence. So
But I'll tell you, they use the word stylized.
yeah,
This is a good style, very stylish movie.
very much so.
So it's to be enjoyed.
Yeah,
And you might say, well, there's a lot of violence. Well, there is, but that's part of what it is.
For sure.
This is a violent world,
yeah,
and these are very bad boys.
yeah,
And a bad lady
yeah,
playing her best to Jennifer Lawrence.
yeah.
It's movie time with John DeSando and his friends online. So everything is gonna be just fine. From the top down to the bottom, he's gonna let you know